Today we're talking about breath testing in DUI cases, and specifically a very important concept known as a partition ratio. This is the ratio between the amount of alcohol in a person's breath and the actual amount of alcohol in a person's blood. So in Arizona and in most states, it's not illegal to drive with a breath alcohol content. When you get stopped for DUI, they're testing your blood alcohol content. They want to know how much alcohol is in your blood because that's what actually impairs you. But in many cases, they don't actually test your blood. They just take a breath sample. And what they do is they take you in and they take a sample from you through an intoxilizer device, and that machine is taking the amount of alcohol in your mouth or in your breath, and then it's calculating what it thinks is actually in your blood. And that ratio between what's in your breath and in your blood is called the partition ratio. And here's how it works. So in the United States, the breath testing machines, they're saying that if they find one part of alcohol in your breath, that they can presume and work backwards that there's 2,100 parts in your blood. So it's a 2,100 to 1 ratio from blood to breath. That's what the machine says. It's saying that in your breath, if they are calculating that there's one little molecule of alcohol or one part of alcohol in there, they can presume that there's 2,100 parts in your blood. They're saying that there's a connection between these two things. In reality, that number, that ratio, 2,100 to 1, is not the same for everybody. It's not the same at all for anybody. It can range very, very drastically. It can be down to 800 to 1, or it can be much higher, like 3,500 to 1. So the numbers can change dramatically. And the way that works is practically, if you just do the math on it, and you say you want to start at a BAC of, I did the math, BAC of a 0.1 BAC, which is over the legal limit, and you want to divide that by 2,100, so that they're saying this is your blood alcohol content. You divide that by the 2,100 because that's the partition ratio. Then you multiply that number. Since we just divided it, we're going to multiply it by a new partition ratio. So let's say that the actual ratio between breath to blood is 1,500. And so you take that number, you divide it by 2,100, you multiply it by the new partition ratio of 1,500. You can do the math at home if you want, but the BAC will now drop to a 0.071, which is under the legal limit. So this is why a partition ratio is so important. The machine doesn't change. The machine doesn't care whether you're my size, somebody else's size, whether you're female, male, whether you're of a certain racial ethnicity. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change for any of those specific factors, and all of these different things may impact what your actual ratio is. So if you were charged with DUI and they took an intoxilizer device and they made you blow into it and they got a sample, this is one of many, many defenses that we can use to show that that number was actually not your real number, that your ratio is not 2,100 to 1. It's actually much lower than that. So if the machine is saying your BAC was very high, because your ratio is much lower for a whole multitude of reasons that we're not going to get into in this video, but that number, your actual number, the actual amount of alcohol that's in your blood is significantly lower than what that machine says. And it's very important to understand that this is something that we can use in our defenses or our negotiations with the prosecutor's office. So if it's something you want to discuss further, if you've been charged with DUI and they gave you a breath test and you want to challenge that number, or you think it sounds high, or you just want to sit down with us and discuss the best way through your case, give us a call. We offer free case evaluations. We're happy to meet with you. Thanks for watching.